say, I speak keys. Say, I speak keys. Say, I speak keys. I speak ancient keys. I speak keys that open territories, that open realms, that open destinies. I speak keys. I speak keys. People will travel from the corners of the earth to come and listen to the keys you are dropping. Every service, every worship, every sermon, you'll be dropping keys. Keys that people have been waiting for. Keys they've been fasting for. People will say, I've been fasting for 40 days. But when I watched your program, I got my key. When I watched your sermon, you preached, I got your key. Now I got my... I'm going to somebody. Someone say, I'm dropping keys. Hey, there will not be songs. There will be keys. It will not be songs. It will be keys. It will not be dreams. There will be keys. When you come from a dream, you'll have a key. When you come from a dream, you have a key to the president. And you tell people, tell the president, I have a key for him. Tell the minister, I have a key. Listen, there are many that have been in prison for many generations, and no one could release them. But when you appear, you speak a word, and the prison shall open, because you say, the man with the key has come. The man with the key has appeared. The woman with the key. There are cities and nations that have been in bondage for thousands of years. You step there and they will say, the woman with the key, when she began to worship, bondage is broken. When she began to pray, the city opened. When he began to worship, governments changed. When he began prayer, business changed. Why? The man with the key. Jesus said, you are Peter, but I shall give you the keys of the kingdom. Whatsoever you bind shall be bound. Whatever you lose shall be loose. Someone say, I don't speak words, I release keys. Hey, I don't pray words, I pray keys. Someone say, I pray keys. Someone say, I pray keys. Say, I pray keys. Keys of the kingdom. The key of David is upon my shoulders. The key of David is upon my shoulders. Anya sabanange. Sabe bintu byensaba. Sibiro byetusaba bulijjo. Bino byensaba si bya bulijjo. Tebivudde mu mwanda w'abantu. Bivudde ku Namulondo. I drop keys, I speak keys, I release keys. The key of David, every time I speak, the key of David shall work, shall operate, shall happen.
I don't hear you.
Hey, Kaneba. They will not listen to someone. Some people at midnight, they will hear you releasing keys. Some people at 3 a.m. they will call you and say, God has told me you have my key. Release it to me. Man of God, release to me. Presidents, kings will summon you and say, you have the key to release my people. Release it. Somebody pray. Someone said, the key of David on my shoulders. The key of David on my shoulders. On my shoulders. I will open and none shall shut. I will shut and none shall open. Father, I thank you for the key of the house of David in this house. Ragedebaya. Someone said, keys of the house of David.
You will not be a prophet that looks for visions and dreams. You will be a prophet that the key you release, millions shall hear. Let me tell you. When I released my testimony, it was not a testimony. It was not a story. Well, there was a key. If people could say, we don't know, we've heard about this, but there's something about it. Why? The key of the house of David that opened nations, that opened palaces, that opened doors of kings. Oh my God. Someone said today, the key of the house of David is upon my shoulders. Is upon my shoulders. The governments of the nations are upon my shoulders because of the key of the house of David. Chogere. Chogere mirundi musanvu. Chogere mirundi musanvu. Kwata kubega bega. Ogambe ntino. The key of the house of David, the house of David, the house of praise, the royal house of David, the key of the house of David is on my shoulders, is on my shoulders. Anya Saba, Anya Saba, Yogera, I shall open and none shall shut. I shall shut and none shall open. Sibaulida, 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 Sibaulida. I shall shut, I shall shut, and none shall open. I shall open. People, don't you know that today is the 8th day of the 7th month, the 8th day of the second half of this year, the day of the house of David? Don't you know David was the 8th born, his father's house? Today, on the 8th day, on the 8th day of this month, the key of the house of David upon the church. Kaleprikano Jadea. Yeah, Makoshididi. Jikeleba dochidere yarabas. Siba urira.
I don't hear you.
Siba urira.
I don't hear you.
Siba urira.
I don't hear you.
The key of the house of David. The key of the house of David. Eh, alababa koshidere ya. Oh. Someone begin to say keys. Keys of the kingdom. Keys of the house. Keys of the kingdom. Keys of the house. The house of David. The kingdom of God. Keys released today. Keys passed today. In Jesus' name. Come on, lift your voice.